Hello, everyone. This is going to be as quick of a training session as we can do for the new FMO portal and station inspections for buildings in the Linwood area for stations 14 and 15 to kick this program back off. We have this program has been around for a little while in Linwood, and now we've redesigned it to be a South County Fire tool. So I'm going to do some walkthrough on this as an initial training. For kickoff on September 3rd. So the tool that we use is QuickBase. It's an Intuit product. It has a iOS interface and also a Windows interface. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to show you the Windows interface, because this will be on the Surface as a shortcut, and will also be on the iPads as an actual app on there. So the actual address for this is scfr.quickbase.com. So that'll always get you to the sign in, which is where we're at here. And we'll kind of see if I can get it mirrored for the iPad. Okay. So this is what it looks like on the web version or your desktop or the Surface. And if we go out of here, this is what the app would look like on your, I'm going to do this from my iPhone because I don't have an iPad, but this is what it would look like on there. So you want to make sure your realm, if it's empty, should be scfr.quickbase.com, and then your email user, so your username and your password will be sent out to the Shift PCs, so you guys will have that separately. But I just wanted to kind of show this to you side by side. So the main things that this is going to do, it's going to provide a online interface for doing station inspections that are scheduled by FMO. So we will go in, I'll show you kind of what it looks like, and we'll go in. This is going to be, we'll say C shift. Kind of walk you through it. There's a few different functions in there. We do have guys that are used to this out in the Linwood area. This FMO portal is what you'll be using, so you click on that. And you come to your dashboard. So FMO portal in your dashboard. And what you get here is you get just kind of as a quick walkthrough. I'm going to show you kind of what you're looking at. This would be primarily where you would live. This is the search addresses if you're out and about and you either need to do a fire watch, or you're just kind of looking for some information, or maybe you need to do an inspection. You can type in an address here and it will populate and kind of show you what all belongs to those addresses. On the iPad, it will actually start filling that out as you go. If you're out and about and you need to do a fire watch, you can actually do a fire watch here. We'll go through that here shortly. This little link here, I will show you. There's a map version and then there's a list version. So this little version here, if you click on it, will take you to a list view of all the inspections that are due. Okay, so that will help you for some of these that have multiple buildings that are close by. It'll kind of help you see some of that. The mapping will as well, but this will help you there. So say you want to come in here and start this 18505 all the way to Mall Parkway, you would just go over here and say, add annual inspection, and you'd be off and running. Okay, so if we go hit the home button, that'll take us back to the dashboard. And one of the functions that we found really helpful out in Linwood was the mapping feature. So this piece right here. So if you're out, we would go on a call, and we'd be out and about and say, hey, is there anything by here close? We can knock out a quick inspection. Okay. So you have some options here. If you want a little bit bigger view, you can click here. It'll take you to a bigger view. You can zoom in, zoom out, do all the same stuff that you could on any other mapping feature. Okay. If you want to look at a hybrid map, so you can kind of see what's going on, you got some options there, and you just kind of keep going in. But same thing here. If you're on say you're out here on Highway 99, and you know, hey, we're right beside this place, let's go ahead and start it. You basically come up here, there's an add annual inspection button right there. You click that, and you're off and running, okay? So these are the inspections due. As these start falling off through the month, you know, I believe there's 80 a month that are due. The new ones will not post until those are done because they want to keep a priority. FMO wants to keep a priority on which ones are due. So, and then once those are done, a new 80 will post as designed by FMO. Okay, so if you're on a Surface tablet or desktop, anything Windows-based, this is what it's going to look like. Really simple. I'm going to walk through it on here, then I'll kind of show you what it looks like on the iPhone at the end of this. You're going to come in, you can put in all the personnel that were on the crew that did the inspection in case FMO has any questions. The shift that you're working on. So if you're doing a debit day or something like that, you want to put the shift that you're actually working because it's going to count towards their stats and the station that you're assigned to that day. Okay, as you come in, it's basically broken into some basic areas. There's certain things you won't be able to change because it's pulled in from a database. You're going to have business info. So here they're looking to say, hey, is this still Linwood Dental Care? That's a yes or no or unknown. If it's yes, it'll be yes. If it's no, then it'll be what it is. But if it is yes, it starts having pop-ups and asks you for more information. Okay. Same with business license. If there is no business license, then you would select that, and then we'll start putting corrections on here because this information is emailed out to the business owners. So that is how that works. If they're coming in here, we got a little bit, we've written everything up about what we're looking for. You come in and say, hey, is this still the correct business owner? Then you just select that, and everything basically reduplicates there. If it's something different, you just put in the different information, and it will make sure that it emails that contact in there. Okay, if there's no contact, you can select here. If you got multiple contacts, you can hit here, and it'll start asking you for different contact emails. Okay. From there, you move into building info. Here, there's stuff that's already preset in regards to what the information is on that building. Key box location. Here it's saying that there's no information on a key box location, so maybe there is not one. That would be, if there is, you'd hit yes, and then it'll ask you for that location of that info. Okay. Same thing with fire alarm system, sprinkler system. And then it's going to ask you, is there a pre-incident or a pre-fire? And if you look through your book and you say, yeah, there is one, you hit yes. Is it accurate? No, updates are needed. Things like that. If it is, if there's not and not needed, you hit no. So pretty straightforward. Then you start getting into the inspection side. Correction actions are going to appear. They will not appear in red. They're just going to appear in black, so they show up better with HTML on emails that we're using. But basically, you're going to go through here. Fire lanes painted and obstructed. If it's a no, then it will tell them what the corrections are. If you have any comments you'd like to put, you can do that. This will all be emailed to them automatically. Okay. So as you come through here, same thing. Address, suite, number posted and visible, hydrants clear, obstruction invisible, FTC caps missing. So all these have issues that they're looking for with the proper code enforcement on it. Okay, so this will be something that you can rep out and just go through. And with every one, there's a chance to comment and also notes on that. You're going to be looking at fire panels. On the interior, you're going to be looking at fire doors, exit ways, exit lights, pathways, clearances, heat detectors. If anything looks like it's out of place or not right, just notate it. FMO sees these if there are errors. You're going to be looking at fire extinguishers, extension cord use, gas cylinders if they're there, and for commercial cooking structures, want to make sure that they're tested. So be looking at the actual tags on those. Once you're done with that, if it's a clean inspection, everything's good, You're going to come in, you're going to hit yes, or reinspection needed, you'll just say no. And then it's going to auto-populate that the inspection completed date was 8/28/2019, which is today. And down here for fire marshal follow-up, obviously that would be no. Okay, so that would be that. Then you would come down, and your finishing action on this one would be submit completed form. So we got a few ones for that. We'll walk through those here in a second. So reinspection needed, no. If you go to yes, it's going to schedule the reinspect date. So what this is going to ask you is going to say, okay, so what is the date that you're looking to come back? You're going to look at your shift calendar and go, okay, well, 30 days from now, our next shift is, we'll say 9/29/2019. And that will schedule that on the reinspects due on the dashboard for us, so we can see that, and the BCs can kind of help manage that, make sure we get back out there. And then still don't need a fire marshal follow-up. If you go out there a few times, do multiple reinspects, if this is the second one, then you're going to go here and you're going to say, yes, we are going to need some fire marshal follow-up, and then they will work on that from here. Okay, and then your finishing action would be complete pending reinspection if you had a reinspection. If you're out there and you get a call in the middle of this while you're doing it, if you come down here real quick and you just hit save for later, form not complete, that will allow you to come back and finish it later. Okay, so you can go in there and open it back up and find it. You just go to the address database there. Also, there's two other options here. If it's vacant or if it's demolished, those are options in here as well, which will take a lot of these mandatory fields away, which are these starred ones. Okay. All right, so that's kind of the view of it at the high level. Once you get in there and kind of play around with it a little bit, you'll see that it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Get the same kind of view from the app. So I'm just going to cancel this for now. And then what we're going to do is on the app, I'll kind of show you the same, just kind of how it looks. Okay, so again, you hit quick base, come into here, type in your password that you're going to get. Hit go, and here you go. So now, click on the FMO portal, and it's going to bring you to this page. And this is what on the iPad it'll look a bit better than this. Is a little tight, but if you have your iPhone out, I've done these before. You can come in here. So again, you've still got your Linwood inspections due list view. If I click on that, it will take you to a list view, so you can kind of pick one out if you like it that way. Or if you want to go to the inspections due, this little guy right here always means mapping. So it's a little pin dot like a map. So you just select that and you come in, and there you go. You got the same view as the PC or your Surface. Okay. So here, obviously, you can zoom, do all that stuff. When you click on one, it'll bring up the name. So just clicked on this guy. It's going to bring up the name down here. Click on that. Let's see if it'll catch up. Oh, I lost my connection. There we go. Okay. Let's go back one. So if I click on a mapping function, so we'll click on this guy. Down here, it'll give me the information, Glover Construction 22123066. I'll select that. And then it's going to bring me to this. And really right now, I'm going to clean this up where it gets rid of a lot of this. But for right now, you would just hit Add Annual Inspection. So you click that. And it's basically going to bring you to the same page we were on a while ago. So related, so it's going to give you your address information, when the inspection is due, which is right now. And some of this we're going to clean up as we go. And then again, you just come in here and you start selecting things through the iOS version. Just to scroll right as you go. Okay, so everything's still the same, pull downs, all the other information is the same. So it's going to basically mirror what was on the others. Just going to be a little longer. The iPad rolls it out a little bit nicer. The iPhone is going to be a little long. So, but everything functions exactly the same. Drop downs pop up depending on what you pick on, and you got items still filled out. So that's pretty much how that looks there. Okay. So you go down and you would submit it and save it, do all the same stuff. So finish an action, say, hey, let's submit a complete form, and then we'd hit the save button down here and you'd be done with that. So I'm going to cancel out of this because I'm not wanting to save any of these. Actually, let me hit on annual inspection one more time too. Also on here, cool thing that is a feature on the iOS. If you're out and there are issues that you're running into, towards the very bottom, you can choose to add a file. So I'm gonna hit choose file, and then it'll tell you, hey, okay, do you want something off the phone? Do you want something out of the photo library? Do you want to take a photo? So this is really good for actually documenting. So if you say take photo or video, it basically pops up. We'll say, okay, this the lamp's broke. Take the photo, and then we say use photo. And what you'll see is right here, it's got a little attachment. So now that photo is part of it. If you need multiple photos, you can hit add photos, have more photos, and it'll pull up 3 more for you. And you keep doing that for infinity if you want. So that's a pretty good feature to have to kind of show if there's things that are in doubt or things that are a little weird. So, all right, cancel out of that. Go back. Okay, as we start going through this, so that's the inspection piece. What we're looking for you guys to do starting September 3rd is to kick that off, get out there, start finding some inspections, start getting them done. As they start completing, you're going to see that by shift, this will start populating. I'm going to need some data to come in to make sure it's set up right. The other 2 things that we got are the active Firewatch, right? So if you guys are going out and you're running into Firewatch issues or anything like that, now you can submit those forms here. We'll notify FMO. We'll be able to see where they're at on the mapping. It will also automatically email the guys or whoever's in charge of that Firewatch, depending on what we put in here. So we're going to walk through that. There's a list view, there's a map view, and we can clean this up however y'all would like. Down the very bottom here, these are the reinspects. So if you guys mark something as a reinspect and put a date on it, that will start populating down here so they can be managed as we go. Okay, so that'll be something VCs and captains got to keep an eye on. So back up to the top here, if you're out, you got to do a Firewatch. You're on your Surface, you're on your iPad, whatever the case. What we're going to do is you're just going to hit New Firewatch. In the address, we're going to say, okay, this is at 18700, and we'll start populating addresses here. Okay, so you'll see, we'll go, okay, this is we're going to say GameStop. GameStop, for some reason, they need to do a Firewatch. So you'll select that. It'll auto-populate this. This is probably the business owner or the building owner, not sure, but you're going to want to know who the person on site is. So we'll say Joe Common is there, on-site number 206-206-2066, on-site email. We'll say J. Norris at southsnowfire.org. let's see, panel rope, please perform firewatch until it is corrected. Then down here, same thing, if you're on an iOS or iPhone, you would click here, and I'll show you that real quick, that you can take a photo. Start date and time, we'll just say, hey, this is right now. What I'll probably do is have this auto-populate for y'all so you don't have to worry about it. We'll say 11:40. Okay, that will auto-populate tomorrow or 2 days from now for a follow-up to make sure it's not still going, and then we'll say, okay, this is active. Down here is our current Firewatch policy, and this will be included. Big thing here is to get an on-site contact signature. So basically you have Joe Common fill this out. Say, hey, by signing here, you're going to click here. You're going to say, hey, I understand that this is this constitutes a legal signature, and then you hit save and close. Okay, so now you got a Firewatch established for that. If you go back to the home button and the dashboard, you will see at the bottom and we'll get this set up where the newest ones are populating, but there it is. So you got 187.0.0 33rd, which is right there. So that's how that occurs. On the iPad, right here, same thing, right? Same button. So new Firewatch, you click that, select a record. So now you're looking for an address. You can click search. We'll say Brown Bear Car Wash. You just select it by clicking there. Hit done up here. Okay, now the information is populated. And again, you fill it out. Number 206.206.206.6 on-site email. Norris at .org. Please monitor until fixed, or whatever the case is, whatever the details are. This will be auto emailed to them, to both the owner and whatever the on-site email address is here. So it'll email here, and it will email here. Same with the inspections. We'll go 11:55 a.m. Oh, I hit current time. How about that? I like the current time button. So done. Auto populates your 48-hour notice, so that way FMO and us can keep an eye on that, and we'll say, hey, this is active. And that's done. You're gonna scan down. Oop. Kill that. Going to scan down here, and then you're gonna have, that's just saying, hey, that's gonna be the Firewatch policy. There's also known Firewatch companies in here for them. And then you have them, you say, Mr. Hendricks, can you please sign that for me? And click that button. And he clicks it and says, okay, I understand. And there you go, signature timestamps there. You can't really see it here, but it's showing up on my version. And then you come down, you hit save. Boom, that's done. And then that will auto-populate to here. think it auto-populates every 2 minutes, so we'll just hurry that up. Scroll back down. There you go. Round Bar Car Wash, 186711, Highway 99. And there it is, right there. Okay. So pretty easy. Functions a little differently on each one. If you want to see active fire watches on the mapping for whatever reason, you would just do that through right here. You have the same mapping function or the list function. You click on that, and there you go. You'll be able to see each one of those. If you click on one, it'll tell you when it was established. Like the one today. There you go. Started at 11:38 today. And if you need to, you can click on it. When I say click on it, that means clicking on this purple area down here, and it'll take you to the information of the actual fire watch. Okay, so just so you can see, this is what it looks like heading to the folks out in the field. Okay, so they have an opportunity to take a look at it a few ways. They'll have all the information in the email. Here's the notes that we put. Here's their information. Here's the start date. Here's the 48-hour notice. And then there's the Firewatch policy, along with their signature and their understanding. And that is kind of how that looks. They can also click here, and then they will have access to go in and see it actually online. Won't be able to do anything with it, but they can see it here. So they have a few different ways of taking a look at it. Okay, well, that's pretty much concludes it. Right, there's going to be questions. So the last thing I want you to show you here. So all this stuff ties together. So here your Firewatch, there's your Firewatch area. This will show you a list of Firewatches that are current, old, basically any Firewatch that's ever been done. Okay. So anything that's ever happened in Firewatch world will end up here, right? So as they close, they'll be here. You won't see them on the main panel, but that's where it's at. If you come in here, you also can do a new Firewatch here, etc. Address database. This is where all of the addresses live. So as you're coming through, you can see that you can't add suites and things like that, but you can add an annual inspection from here. You won't really need to play around in here too much, but I have to make these available so you can access them. So same with annual inspections. As you guys start kicking off annual inspections, this is where they end up living in a database as well. So, it basically shows status, and we have a lot of old stuff in here, but this will be stuff for captains and things later on. We'll go into more detail for just doing ops level stuff. You're basically going to live in the home area. If you have any issues, any concerns, any questions, any things that would like to be improved, there is a help desk area here. This will come right to me, and this is going to be the best way to do it. So you just hit new help desk ticket, click on there. It'll ask you for who you are. We'll say that Alan's asking me, hey, this would be helpful, or what would be nice if it's something major, mission critical now. Give me some idea of what you're looking for with as much detail as you can. And you don't have to worry about this stuff. I'm going to remove this so you don't even have to, it won't even be up there for you to take a look at. And then as I come, I'll get notified. As I come in, I'll let you know what's going on. I'll put a response on, and you can reply back to it if you need it. Okay. So that way you've got a way to follow issues that are going on and see if someone's asked the same question. Okay. So if you come to the help desk button, it'll show you all the ones that have been opened, and it will show you their status as they go. As I go in and edit statuses, it will also change what that looks like. So if I come in here and say, hey, this thing is complete, I made it better. I'm going to save and close. And you'll see it'll go to green. So it'll color code out ones that are in progress. I think are yellow. We got different color codes there, and it'll start putting the ones that are still need to be working on at the top. As they complete, they'll move down. So hope this is helpful. I'll be around, obviously, if you guys got questions, but be looking for logins from your BCs or captains, and we will get this thing kicked off September 3rd. Get out there and start getting them knocked out. Station 14, 15 only. So let me know if you have any questions through the help desk, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks.